Kia ora, hello, I'm Philip Duncan, and thank you for joining us for our Friday weather update recorded on March the 22nd. It's good to know that 1 week from now, it's a long weekend. All right, let's get into the forecast on that positive note. We've got this low pressure zone. Now, today's weather map, the wind map here, shows total precipitable water. Just put simply, where you see the bright blue, that's where most of the rain is. And so you can see ex-cyclone Megan over here in Western Australia, all of that humid, wet weather pulling into them. This low is not very aggressive, as you can clearly see. It doesn't hold a lot of moisture, but it is going to move into the North Island, and unfortunately it's tracking a little further north than the other day when we were first talking about it, which means it's looking drier for Marlborough. That's one of the downsides of this system. Big southerly change coming in here to Tasmania, southern parts of Australia, and it's on its way for New Zealand, but not until the middle part of next week. Let's have a look and see what's going on rainfall-wise. This is towards the end of the day, and it shows 24 hours worth of rain up until the end of the afternoon. And I've shown you this map because there are a lot of rain icons out at the moment for your local forecast. And it's chopping and changing a bit because these weak lows are the hardest to forecast. They end up being kind of patchy and broken up, areas of heavy rain, light drizzly showers, and big, large dry spells. It's not one big, perfectly smooth burst of rain. And so the computer modeling can kind of see most of it, but our hills and ranges get in the way, and it does complicate things. So this is showing that, in the blue areas, that's just a few showers. It's the green and yellow areas where that rain sets in a bit more later into the day. We'll try and make a bit more sense of this. Here is this evening at 7 o'clock, and we'll fast forward for the next 24 hours to 7 o'clock Saturday. You can see that rain band moving in here across the North Island, and it stops there around about Saturday evening. The low itself spinning around to the north, that is further northwards than it was the other day. That's the reason why, unfortunately, we're not seeing much in the way of rain for Marlborough. A few showers around in the hills, but nothing too big to really satisfy a lot of people who want the wet weather. Now, if you do want to figure out what is going on with the rain, because it is broken up, the best way is to do it, download a new app. Look at these rain trends. You can see, generally speaking, when the rain comes in and when it ends. Now, on top of that, this is updated every hour. So keep checking it if rain really matters to you. And of course, use the rain radar that's in the app as well. That helps you work out what that rain band actually looks like. What does that look like? Look at the radar on the day, and you'll be able to kind of work out, oh, this is quite a broken up rain band. I can go outside and play cricket. Or, oh no, it's going to be a pretty wet afternoon. So you'll get the idea using the rain graphs we've got and also the rain radar. Now, as we go into Sunday, that low has fallen apart. Just a few showers left over from the system. It may be a bit cloudy in some areas, rain out towards East Cape. Dry in most other places, and the westerly builds comes out of Tasmania and our friends over towards the coastal parts of Victoria. That is heading into the South Island due to this storm down in the Southern Ocean. So let's recap the weekend rain. This is what we're thinking at this stage, 48 hours from 7 o'clock tonight, Friday, to 7 o'clock Sunday. And most of it coming in around Auckland, Coromandel Peninsula, but that could still move up and down a wee bit. Don't 100% lock that in. So it's anywhere from just 5 millimetres to maybe 20 millimetres or 25, depending on where you are. And sadly, the South Island, which needs the rain the most, not getting a huge amount. But you never know, some of these downpours might feed back into Marlborough. So it's not all doom and gloom. I mean, sort of the more populated parts of Marlborough, that is, from those showers and patchy areas of rain as it moves on through. Now, by Monday, the westerlies are back, dominating the country. So therefore, most of the wet weather lies on the west coast and down here around Southland, Stewart Island, and Foveaux Strait. Most of the places in the east and the north are dry, high pressure here coming out of Australia. By Tuesday, no real change. The high moves further over to the top of the country. That puts a lid on the winds, but also makes them stronger over the South Island, that squash zone between high pressure and low pressure. So windy weather, gale force conditions coming in, and the blue line surging up. Hello, autumn. And what you'll see on Wednesday is that colder change moving up the South Island. Single-digit daytime maximum temperatures in some parts of the lower South Island, and on top of that, a dusting of snow along the mountains and ranges. The North Island will be cooler, but not necessarily cold. And by Thursday, it gets a little messy. Now, this isn't 100% locked in this far out, but there could be this low pressure zone forming around the country, and that could then drive in not only wet weather to the western side, but spin it around and push it into the eastern side as well. But this isn't locked in, not this far out, and certainly not when it's so turbulent and chaotic next week with that big storm passing south of us down here in the Southern Ocean. And just finally, high pressure coming in behind it, a little bit of low pressure up here around Fiji. So a few things on the go, but more than likely that high is rolling in, hopefully for the long weekend. So to recap the rainfall, this is for the next 7 days, including today, Friday. And look, not a huge amount for the North Island at the bottom end of that scale, but it does get up to the 20 millimetre mark in the darker blue, and the brighter blue, maybe more than that, maybe double that, 40 millimetres or so. Pretty isolated, mostly coming in towards the end of the week with that big westerly change. Most of the rain, though, on the west coast, Westland, Fiordland, seeing the bulk of that rain. There might be 100 to 200 millimetres falling there. A couple of people have complained about the colour in the key. I got a great complaint the other day saying that blue should be the heaviest. And I asked them why, and they said because blue is the colour of water. Well, actually, water is clear. So no colour, really, it doesn't really matter. If you can read a key, then the colour is whatever it is. And the only people who probably can't read these as clearly as others are people that are colourblind. And we apologise for that. We don't have the resources to make those sorts of maps, but they are in the plans. In the long-term plan, we hope that we can bring in even more mapping to sort of make it clearer to people. But that's why we've got our website and our app. Forget the maps, just go in and look at the raw data, look at the forecast, and it will tell you in millimetres how much we're expecting in your part of the country. But these maps are usually helpful as well to kind of get perspective as to whether or not you're just on the edge of some heavy rain or just getting a couple of showers or maybe right in the middle of it all. That is all from me. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you again next week.